Welcome and good morning the students of class 8. So today in our social science history class we are going to discuss about the development of the rebellion, development of the Sepoy mutiny. In previous classes we have read the emergence of the mutiny and from where did and how did the mutiny or the rebellion started. Now today we are going to discuss how did the mutiny or the rebellion spread all over the North India. That when the British forces they routed to Delhi, they marched towards Delhi and they reached Delhi and suppressed the rebellion in Delhi. So then 7 days there was a complete peace in Delhi, but when then and there the report reached that mutiny occurred and Delhi was suppressed, the mutiny in Delhi was suppressed by the British soldiers, the report also started spreading all over the North India. And mutinies began again after the 7 days in some other parts of North India. So what happened? Regiment after regiment mutinied and troops they met together at some nodal points such as Kanpur, Bareilly, Lucknow, etc. And the common people, the villagers and some small towns people, they also joined them and rallied around their leaders. They also joined with them and rallied around some leaders who led the rebellion in various places. The zamindars and the chiefs, okay, the sarpanch, they were also prepared to establish their authority and fight against the British. Okay, the jotdar, the zamindar, all this class, they also started preparing the arms and they gathering the people and they also ready to overthrow the British power in their territory. And at the time some leaders who led bravely those rebellious forces against the British in different parts of North India. So today we'll discuss about the names and the places of these leaders and their heroism and bravery against the British. The number one, it is the Nana Sahib. Nana Sahib, actually, you know that the dethroned son of Peshwa Bajirao II. Peshwa Bajirao II, after the death of Bajirao II, the Nana Sahib, the adopted son, is sent to Kanpur and his territory was taken away as doctrine of lapse. Okay, and he got very few rupees as pension at Kanpur and he was not happy because his territory was taken away wrongly. So he led the forces in Kanpur. Nana Sahib also proclaimed himself Peshwa and also declared himself a governor of Kanpur under the leadership of Mughal Emperor Bahadur Shah Zafar. Okay, and gathered arms and forces and expelled the British from Kanpur and also lead the forces in Kanpur. So it is the Nana Sahib. Number two, Brijesh Qadar. Brijesh Qadar, actually the son of the dethroned Nawab Wajid Ali Shah, okay, of Awadh, and their capital Lucknow, and he led the rebel forces and their army also joined them in Lucknow, and Brijesh Qadar proclaimed him as Nawab, acknowledged by the Bahadur Shah Zafar again, and led the forces at Lucknow. Those rebel sepoys who mutinied in Lucknow cantonment. His mother, the mother of Brijesh Qadar, Begum Hajrat Mahal, also took part in the uprising actively and create anger and also inspired people against the British. Next one, Rani Lakshmi Bai. Rani Lakshmi Bai, you know that his territory was taken over in terms of doctrine of lapse. They are not allowed their son, okay, to be the next heir of their kingdom. So Rani Lakshmi also fought bravely in Jhansi. He was then exiled from Jhansi because Jhansi was captured by the British, and he came to Gwalior and make a tie and also joined with Tatia Topi. Tatia Topi actually the army general of Nana Sahib, and who fought bravely in central India and Battle of Gwalior, and where Battle of Gwalior the Rani Lakshmibai died, and they bravely opposed the British in central India. Later, Tatia Topi was alive after the Battle of Gwalior and flew away into the forests, and with the help of tribals, he fought. He continues the battle, but later he was arrested by the British. So, and next one it is the Rani Abantibai. Rani Abantibai is the Rani, the queen of Ramgarh, and led an army of 4,000 against the British. And the British were defeated in a number of battles. And in this way, the people also convinced to take part in the rebellion actively. So this type of incidents, this type of leadership also frightened the British forces. Okay, many places they were outnumbered by the rebel forces, and they were defeated in number of battles. A situation of widespread popular rebellion developed in the region of Awadh in particular, and on 6th August 1857, we find a telegram sent by Lieutenant Colonel Tyler, okay, to his superior officer, to his commander-in-chief, expressing the fear felt by the British. And in the telegram he wrote that our men are cowed by the numbers opposed to them and the endless fighting. Every village is held against us. The zamindars have risen to oppose us. So each and everyone on the region against the British. So, and they were totally outnumbered, because men are cowed, means lot of people that joined together and protest against the British. So another three leaders who led this rebellion and mutiny bravely, these are the Ahmadullah Shah. So Haji Ahmadullah Shah of Faizabad, he also known as Danka Shah. Okay, he also known as Danka Shah. Okay, he also known as Danka Shah because when he marched towards the road, okay, some people they used to beat drums in front of his rally, so that's why he also known as Danka Shah. He summoned and predicted that the rule of British would come to be an end, and he came to Lucknow and fought against the British. In 1856 he was arrested, but when he was released, again the rebel forces made him the leader, and they thought Danka Shah or Maulavi Ahmadullah Shah was a Nabi, okay, or the messenger of God, and he would help them in the military progression. Okay, next one, it is the Bhakt Khan. Bhakt Khan is a soldier from Bareilly, and he took charge of a large force who came from Delhi after executing lot of British forces in Delhi when they came to Bareilly. So Bhakt Khan, he led bravely, and he became the key military leader of the rebellion in Bihar. So old and last one, it is the Kunwar Singh, old zamindar, joined the rebel forces and battled with the British for many months, and leaders and fighters from across the land joined with him, and Kunwar Singh in this way fought bravely against the British forces. Okay, so these are the progression, and these are the leaders who led and reached the battle in the every nook and corner of the British Empire in the North India, and successfully created a fear among the British. So student, that's all from today's class. Next class we are going to discuss the company fights back. How did the company, they strictly controlled the upheaval. Okay, so thank you for watching. See you in the next class.